So you can sit there and say, man, my product is awesome. It's going to succeed at some point. That's the unknown in this whole thing. The grit and fortitude gets you to success, but not if you don't have the right team, not if you don't have the right capitalization, not if you don't have the right product. If your good pops aren't good, they're bad pops, then no matter how much grit you have, unless you pivot, as all of the high-tech guys like to say, unless you pivot and say, mango is not an American flavor, we need to go with watermelon, right?
Yeah, strawberry lemonade.
That was a pivot. So the grit and fortitude will get you only so far, but you have to have it to succeed. When we started Stubbs BBQ, it was two friends of mine, three friends, Stubb was one of them, with no money whatsoever. We had $0, but we wanted to start a company to move back to Texas because we were all graduates. I graduated from SMU and then worked at an ad agency in Dallas for 2.5 years, got my MBA at NYU in New York City, and started writing the Stubbs business plan there. Worked for a company called James River Corporation, which at the time was a $9 billion paper company that made Dixie cups, Dixie plates, Northern bathroom tissue, Brawny paper towels, and I was in brand marketing there. And although I liked it, I loved it, I really wanted to move back to Texas, and Stubb had called us up, because we knew Stubb, and wanted to borrow money from us 2 years before. He was broke and was behind on his rent, and the light bulb went off in our head, and he said, this guy makes the best barbecue and barbecue sauce in the world. Let's all start a barbecue sauce company. And that was the seed that germinated, the light bulb that went off. From there, you have to like do your research, be formal about your business plan, find out who the competitors are, how big the market. All the things you actually learn in college really are true. They sound cliche. The professors stand up there and they're telling you about, scaling and capacity and the financial terms of turnover and ratios, and all those things kind of go in one ear and out the other. But when you actually get into business, they actually are something you have to have. You have to understand them. And we didn't understand them. Our business plan was pretty shaky, but we were able to convince some friends and family to throw a couple $100,000 into it. And we moved down to Texas and started selling one single barbecue sauce bottle, Original Stubbs Barbecue. To make a long story short, we knew we had to create the authenticity for the brand by having an actual restaurant. Stubb had always had restaurants his entire life, but the IRS was always chasing him because he never paid his taxes, and all of his restaurants had always closed because the IRS had always closed them down, or the health department. But we knew we had to create the brand's identity with an authentic place to come to. So we bought some property downtown and opened the Stubbs BBQ restaurant and live music venue. That kind of circled the entire kind of brand promise. Not only were we real and authentic and it was an incredible product, but you could come to a mecca epicenter of barbecue and live music and drink cold beer and have the best barbecue you've ever had. So we built both of those, and they're both successful. They still do extremely well, still a large shareholder and on the boards of both of them, and really excited to see the people that we have running them right now doing what they're doing. If you're an entrepreneur, you'll probably get caught by the bug of at some point the business gets to a certain size and you don't want to run it anymore. And that happens to me, and I probably have another 2 or 3 years on the kale chip, but kind of when things hit the $15 to $20 million range for me, you have to start building systems. And entrepreneurs are typically not very good at building systems to take it into the next step. To sell $80,000 worth of barbecue sauce is a whole different organization than selling $15 million. You can still have ad hoc meetings at $15 million. When you get to $80 million, everything's got to be really organized and planned in advance, and contracts for tomato paste a year out. And to me personally, it's not that it's boring, but to me it is. So I'm a builder. That's what I like to do, and I didn't ever really understand that this was what I was going to do at an early age. But I knew I wanted to run a product, some sort of food product company. So working at an ad agency, getting my undergraduate degree in communication at SMU, I got my MBA in communication or marketing, emphasis in marketing at NYU. I knew I wanted to sell something, and I guess it's always been in my blood, and excited to see what happens next. And please feel free to contact me, email me. Sneak out of your hotel room tonight and go down to Stubbs. There's music playing inside. That's fun. And that's about it. That's my story.
These are amazing, by the way.
So good.
It was good?
Yeah,
Like
we
it?
opened a bag over.
Cool.
They're amazing.
Little sweet, little heat. Good.